Oh, today is my birthday. I thought we'd do a hilarious video of Marjorie Taylor-Green, and it really shows how fragile, incompetent, and inevitable the downfall of fascism will be in America. So, before we start, I want to say thank you for recently hitting 8,000 subscribers. As I say, today is my birthday. I couldn't have asked for anything better. I'm in my 30s, let's just say that. Doesn't matter if I'm at the low end or high end. Anyway, let's get straight into the video.
Representative, another story that relates to the media today. Have you seen the new information revealed by The Atlantic magazine about the signal texts?
We're talking about NPR and PBS.
Just imagine if this was on the other side. You know, she'd have her board up. She'd be begging for blood at this point. She'd be demanding heads be cut off. But no, it's irrelevant. National security, which is something they always go on about as well. Like, national security, is the utmost military spending, anything that compromises, they're traitors. No, it's irrelevant.
Not the Atlantic.
But do you believe that this was classified information that was shared on that
No,
group?
the administration has said it is not classified information. I think this is a continuance of someone like you to try to push an issue that isn't even relevant. And I think that we're carrying on. Thank you.
Detail of timings and weapons, is that not classified information?
Yes. Yeah. Anybody else?
Should the Defence Secretary and the Vice...
Wait, what country are you
from the UK?
Okay, we don't give a crap about your opinion and your reporting.
It just shows the insecurity of fascism. It's deeply insecure. Figures like Donald Trump, Viktor Orban, they can't deal with questioning, like direct questioning. They just fall apart immediately. And this is how fascism works. And you're seeing, we're 2 months in to the Trump presidency, just over. And it's fallen apart already because you've got the infighting with the signal scandal and there's no coherent story. So they're just fighting each other. And it's going to be amazing to see because this is just going to continue. Like, you're going to have scandal after scandal, infighting, just incompetence. And the downfall of Trump is going to be marvelous. And I'm going to be here for it. So subscribe.
Why don't you go back to your country where you have a major migrant problem?
Okay, do you care?
No. You should care about your own
Okay,
borders.
do you care about American lives being put at risk?
Oh, that's all that they go to. It just shows you, the migrant problem. They have nothing, so they always have to jump to that. It's like, how dare you ask me legitimate questions about a serious issue? How dare you? Where are you from? Britain? How dare you ask questions as a journalist? But they believe in freedom of speech. They don't. They're literally cracking down on journalism and news outlets. But yeah, they're the freedom of speech guy. Insane.
Let me tell you something. Do you care about people from your country? What about all the women that are raped by migrants?
Do you care about America?
What about Donald Trump? At least 26 allegations of sexual assault. What about Matt Gaetz? I mean, that was a step too far for them. Not really. They would have had him if they could, but the media, they couldn't quite keep him. Hegseth paid a woman off in 2017. RFK, he says, he even admitted it. He's got a lot of skeletons in his closet. What the hell has he been up to? So it's always this, in this weird projection. And ContraPoints recently spoke about this in terms of conspiracy theories. They're obsessed with this satanic cult, rape, because it's a pure projection of who they are. It's no accident that Trump has surrounded himself by these people. And then they project it outwards. That's all she has. They don't care about kids. They don't care about women. They don't follow the Me Too movement. They don't care about this stuff. Which makes you think, what do they care about?
No, do you care? Okay, you're
Do you
done.
care
I'm
about
not-
American lives being put at risk?
no, I don't
About
care-
service members fighting for your country?
I don't care
And
about
your
your
vice
fake news.
president
Do you ever
and your
know-
She doesn't. Like, that smile, she doesn't care about that. Like, they always virtue signal towards the troops, and they don't care. They don't care about veterans. They don't care about anything but owning it to the libs, trying to cut public spending, consolidate power, suppress freedom of speech, and kind of just do what they want. Like, I say it a lot, but they have no values. And that's what fascism is. So when I say they don't have any values, it's an incoherent thing where they claim to talk about freedom of speech, but then they don't allow it for other people. They kind of don't want freedom of movement, but then they have Elon Musk. It's just so incoherent. And it's hard to argue against such an incoherent and inconsistent ideology because it shifts and shapes with time. Like, you can't, it's like grabbing jelly. It's hard to kind of grasp because it's so irrational and anti-intellectual.
Defense Secretary.
Yeah, this is an American journalist. Thank you.
I'm an American, and I'd like to hear your answer to what she's asked.
I'm not answering her.
He has been disappeared. He has been gone now. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Her question
All right, I'll
because
ask
I don't care about her network. If you would like that,
See, they just can't do it. And you can't even call them out on the hypocrisy because they don't care. Like, the only way you can really deal with it is videos like this where you just have a strong journalist that asks the question and mock them, laugh at them, just show them for who they are. They're just so stupid, so dumb, and hilarious. You can just laugh at them because that's the only way public perception, videos like this, clips of her just unable to answer a question, it kind of slowly seeps in like, actually, wait a minute, these guys don't care about you. These guys are just in it for themselves. They have no values, they have no ideology except power, and they hate the American public.
ask. I can
Do you
answer.
have any concerns whatsoever about the complete disregard of operational security from the top level of this administration?
You want to know about complete disregard about operational security? You should talk about the Biden administration and how they ripped our borders open to terrorists, cartels.
Oh my god. They're so predictable. It's like a little bingo card of migrants. Like, what aboutism? These are the personal responsibility guys. These are taking accountability for your actions. But that means for you, not for them.
Child sex trafficking, human trafficking, and drug trafficking across our borders for
They're obsessed with it, but they don't want to solve the problem. They just want to say it like, oh, scare people. Like, that's all they fear. It's all fear. It's all power. And just repeat it, and it works. Like, there'll be people watching this who are convinced by this and go, oh, yeah, Biden. Yeah, Biden. But Trump's going to fix it. No, he's not. He doesn't care. He doesn't.
4 years.
Care. Oh.
The Trump administration is doing a great job, and I stand by their statements.
So you have
I
If you just say it, it becomes true. Trump said that. Just repeat a lie long enough and it becomes reality.
stand by their
comment
statements.
whatsoever about
My comment to you is I'm
incompetence.
thankful to President Trump that he is leading us out of wars, that he's ending the war in Ukraine, where America
Is he? I thought he was going to do it in 24 hours. Doesn't look like it's going so well so far. Leading out of the war. How? Like, oh, God.
American lives could have been killed if Joe Biden was still president
talking about
today,
him.
whether he liked it or not. We're talking about NPR and PBS today. We're talking about fake news that was funded with federal
Tick, fake news, tick.
funding from American taxpayers. That's what this is about today, not journalists from the UK. that share about
A
their
journalist is being vilified for exposing failings in the way that your government conducts itself. Is that not that journalist doing a good job?
They don't believe they don't believe in journalism. They don't. And this is where you get into really anti-democratic and fascism. Like, it's inherently opposed to democracy. and accountability and having questions positioned against power. That's why they're not letting AP News, Reuters, because they don't care about accountability. But they do for everyone else. And it's amazing that people don't see through it, but I think they will. And I think people slowly are waking up to the fascism of Trumpism.
Does Defence Secretary Hegseth need to resign over this, Representative?
Absolutely not. He's doing a great job.
He's doing a great job, but he was putting American
Has Hegseth stopped drinking? I hope he has.
service members' lives at
job.
risk.
Your country's going to put
This is-
your military
this is de-
members
this is
and their
deflect-
lives fighting a war in Ukraine that's not even a member of NATO.
Is this an exercise in deflection?
This should be an exercise in you worrying about your own.
They want to be a member of NATO, though, but they can't, because you, America, said that if you denuclearize, we've got your back. So again, no values, no consistency.
Martha, I mean, quite a spiky interaction there with Marjorie Taylor-Green. I mean, we've come to expect those sorts of responses from her, but I think it also gives us a sense of just how this administration and those around it are reacting at every twist and turn.
That video of Hegseth straight away after just it happened, when he just came off a plane and he was saying it's lies, it's fake news. They're so transparent at this point, where they just reflexively react like, oh no, it's fake news. Like, no accountability, no responsibility. Insane. And there'll be people in the UK and America, across the world, that watch that and go, yeah, Trump's doing a good job. They live in another reality. They live in a bespoke reality where facts, reality, just don't matter anymore. And this is the result.
Turn when it comes to this particular incident.
Yeah, Marjorie Greene is one of the most aggressive readers of the fraying Trump playbook when confronted by crisis like this. It is a strategy of discredit, distract, deny, and she is an absolute master at it. You heard her there reacting to those questions about whether this was classified information or not. First of all, talking about the Biden administration, then talking about America's border problem, and then in a remarkable...
Yeah, but if Trump would just be like, no. If it's not, why get so amped up and reactive and upset? If it's not, just say, no, there's no classified information, a mistake was made, and we're going to attempt to rectify it, or whatever. But no, it's like, and it's, oh, God, we need more of this. This is how you push the pendulum back towards the left and go, actually, people don't want fascism. People don't want this. They want to be able to feed their kids. They want housing. They want to go forward, not back to times when this kind of thing just was the norm, just anti-democratic sentiment.
Act of contortion, focusing on the UK and problems that perhaps the UK in her mind is facing. So this is not just something that Marjorie Taylor-Green is saying. This is, what Team Trump is doing as a whole when they're reacting to this fiasco that's unfolding. They're casting the villain of this piece as the journalist at the centre of it, Jeffrey Goldberg, who is the editor of The Atlantic magazine, who was...
Which is insane, because he didn't choose this, he was just brought into it. And there is that victim mentality constantly, like, oh, we're the victim here, it's not our responsibility, even though we invited the guy in. And it's like, oh, it's insane. But you can't convince people of this. Like, I'll have Trump supporters watching this now and going, no, it's fine. No, it was Biden's fault. No, it's the journalist's fault. It's quite depressing, to be honest.
Inadvertently invited into this group chat. You have Donald Trump calling him a sleazebag. Michael Waltz, the national security advisor, equating him to a...
Coming from Donald Trump, it's quite rich.
journalist trying to make a name for himself. Team Trump clearly trying to tough out this scandal. And in this post-truth world, you wouldn't bet against them.
Well, Martha, thank you so much for all of your reporting there.
And in a post-truth world, all you can do is laugh at these people. That's really all you can do. And I'm here for it because inherently it did crumbles. It's crumbling quicker than I thought. The same with Reform UK in the UK. I knew it was inevitable they were going to just crumble, but I didn't think it would happen this quick. And it's the same with the Trump administration. It's just, it's by the end of the year, we're going to be in a very dark place, and I'm going to be here for it. So hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.